Okay. Welcome back to one woozy migrainey Nix playing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York, also known as the Mundane. Oh crap. Perhaps my mic would help. Woo! Welcome back to the migraine stream. Playing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. We have met two lovely vampire daddies that are not sticking around. They just kind of like keep popping in and out of our lives here. One is an Uber driver. We are doing probably errands. All the exciting, deep, enticing, fun things that vampires obviously do, you know, like pick up some laundry, maybe next week clean the apartment. I don't know. Anything could happen in this game. Woo! The car is also soundproofed, so all you can hear is a bit of traffic humming and the car's engine. The driver doesn't say anything and seems focused on the road. You check the door handle. Yeah, the door's locked all right. The piece of dark glass separating you and the front of the car looks sturdy too. There's nothing left to do but wait. You didn't have time to think about it before, but you realize now that you're hungry? No, not exactly. It's not a rumbling stomach that grabs your attention. It's a need that's... Didn't we just have that... Is this repeating? It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, and back of the head. We just talked about all that. You'll try to extract some information out of the man behind the wheel, but you realize you'd prefer to bask in the afterglow of your last meal. Ew, that rhymed. That's cheesy. You wouldn't have expected it, but you spend the rest of the trip lost in your thoughts. A lot of them concerning blood. It takes you another 20 or so minutes to get to your destination. As the door opens, you try to get your bearings. You're still in New York, that much is certain. Queens, maybe. Wait, you know exactly where you are. The nice-looking two-story building that has a logo you immediately recognize. The nice-looking two-story building has a logo you immediately recognize. The art hole. An avant-garde gallery, used to hold that collection of bagged viscera and body parts by... You can't quite remember the guy's name. He's Brazilian, you think. Fabio something or other? After me. No sudden movements, please. Yeah, we've been good so far. You don't need to tell me. You've never been inside. Not quite your style. Oh, we haven't been inside the art hole. But the place has quite the cult following. You keep racking your brain for more facts, hoping they'll help with whatever you've gotten into. Two large men in suits flank the door to the gallery on both sides, and they give your companion a nod as you approach. Prompted by the stranger who guides you, you walk inside. The gallery is full, which is unusual at this hour, to say the least. About 24 faces fill the showroom, and a number of waiters navigate the gathering, serving drinks. All of them are beneath the guests' attention. It's a very high-tootin' crowd here at the art hall. The visitors are well dressed for the most part, but it's unclear what they've gathered here for. Not the viscera of art. Nobody seems to be particularly interested in the art pieces on the walls, and the atmosphere is polite, unnaturally so. Many guests turn to look at you and the stranger who brought you here. Their glances are varied. You see open contempt, well, so much for polite, on a few faces and animated interest on others. Most of the eyes in the room calmly observe you, as if wishing to appraise your worth. Memories come back to you like a bad case of PTSD. How many times before had someone judged you, impassively or decisively through your art? You'd share a piece of yourself with the world, and it'd respond by making you feel like garbage. It always took a lot of effort to not lose your cool and tell all of them to shove their opinions up their collective asses. Now, looking around, it feels like you've become another artwork, as commodity to be judged by a bunch of obscenely wealthy, out-of-touch assholes. It makes you want to scream. Oh God, what is her voice? Someone forgot to pencil in their eyebrows today. I feel that. I used to have that problem. Good evening, Kadir. And to you, child. The noble, cold voice takes you out of your head and back to the situation at hand. The gallery, a crowd of strangers. You being brought here against your will? For what purpose? Why would anyone take you to the art hole on a first date? The room awaits your response. Good evening, miss. Excuse me, what? Or Kadir, huh? Oh God, I feel like we have to be good. We can't get all our, like, stupid punk strikes or he's gonna be mad at us. So let's go with good evening. We're gonna be good. Good evening, miss. You are addressing the Prince of New York City, Helene Panhard, child of Michaela. Thank you, my sheriff, but I am capable of introducing myself. She is somewhat plain-looking, and doesn't seem to possess a great deal of charm, but still the entire room is intently focused on her voice. She has influence over these people. That much is clear. Hi, I'm Nyx. I am child of random leather daddy that I met at an art gallery. It's nice to meet you. You may address me as Prince, child. I realize your introduction into unlife was abrupt, and I understand your sire left shortly after. Yeah, he was a hottie, and he ran. Oh, no, I don't. The rules of our society dictate I punish you both for this transgression. Yo, she's getting the slapping glove ready. Oh my God, mommy's taking her gloves off. She means business. A murmur of agreement, maybe, can be heard from the gathered audience. Yo, they're here to watch. But I am willing to listen to what our loyal sheriff has to say about the circumstances of your embrace first. I don't understand. Remain silent. My sire? I think I am gonna shut my mouth and let him talk, cause I am in foreign territory here. You decide it's best to stay silent and listen to the whole situation unfold. It feels like you're out of your depth here, in the art hole. Shall we begin? You are about to be judged by the court of New York City. Kadir, please tell us how you found this fledgling and what happened on your way here. Court Prince? Has this person not played Vampire the Masquerade before? Oh my God, she's Prince of the City, duh. Is this some kind of secret society make-believe? Are they LARPing? A trusted informant who has chosen to remain anonymous at the time tipped me off about a suspicious kindred appearing in one of our domains. God, he's still like extra like chromatically aberrated there. Upon investigating, I found them gone, but this fledgling remained in their place. Interestingly, his sire made use of an older haven of one of the Clan of Rose for the embrace. They were even thoughtful enough to leave a local woman for the fledgling to slake his thirst on. I slated my thirst, guys. Slaked. Oh my god. Despite some reservations, he offered little resistance last night and cooperated on our way to the safe house. I was pleased to not have to force his compliance. I was a little disappointed he didn't have to force our compliance, but we had to be good, or he would murder us. We had a quick chat, but wishing to appear here post-haste, I urged him to join me, which he did without struggle. A pleasant departure from my usual routine, I must say. Thank you, Daddy. Slaked. What is a slake? What is slaked? His thirst partially slaked with the bagged blood we kept in the safe house. We had a pleasant enough drive here. We listened to classics from the 70s and sang along. The story ends with us arriving at Asylum tonight. Is that like a club? Are we gonna go party? Because undeadness has been very bland. All eyes are on you again. You take a special interest in one of the faces. There's no way they made that whole, like, hot Sprite and they're not gonna use it again later. Like, there's no way. It's not gonna be him, but it's a beautiful woman with curly, almost blood-red hair and a dress to match. You see her whispering to some bespectacled man with an absent-minded look on his face. Who is she, you wonder? Thank you, Kadir. I take note of this fledgling's behavior and will take it into consideration later. I'm sorry if I forget voices as soon as I make them. It's gonna happen. She turns her attention to you. First, there is the matter of your sire, the person who brought you where Kadir picked you up from last night. Who were they? I know! He was a looker. Like, oh my god. Like, damn. Like, I don't know, like Tudor era Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Like, Sire. Who were they? I know, right? Sire, doesn't matter. A beautiful man. Preach. He was beautiful, charismatic, charming, dark hair, a sort of artistic mess. Had an accent I couldn't recognize. Again, that would have been helpful while voicing him. He took notice of my art. He noticed me. Senpai noticed me. Bought a piece, in fact. I want to meet him again. The last sentence came out almost involuntarily. You immediately feel ashamed, sounding like a sad puppy, whimpering after their master. Well, you know, it's only so sad if it's true. Yes, you do want to meet that man again. It's an urge deeper than you've ever felt. Maybe even love? Am I love? No, that's idiotic. He never even introduced himself to you. He used you. That asshole just plain used you. For what? I don't know. From what I gathered from the art gallery, I'm a pawn in the culture wars. Well, Kadir, does that sound familiar? Are there any tall, dark, handsome, artistic vampires in the city of New York? There's definitely narrows it down. No, it does not. Or at least not familiar enough. I will continue the search after we're done here. So, can I go now? What happens now? He bought my painting. You can... Is there a... Did you low jack the painting? Alright, let's be helpful to Daddy. He bought my painting. You can track him. That guy. He bought my painting at the gallery. He likes me. He really likes me. Did I mention he bought my art? Didn't pay in cash, I think. Maybe you can track him that way. Oh. Did your outlook on him change all of a sudden? He smirks, seemingly enjoying your misery. Well, that's been established. His sadism established. Personal jabs aside, thank you for that observation. I will investigate this later. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation, my sheriff? The traditions are clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the permissions of thine elder. John 3:16. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. Excuse me, Kadir, I know, I understand what that means. We've been using some hootin' tootin' language here, but I know what that means. I am ready to fulfill my duty. Dude, I thought we had a connection in the Cadillac. Oh my God, we'll always have the Cadillac. Stay your hand for just a moment, Kadir. I wish to consult my counsel on this. Make sure everyone is in agreement. Of course. He seems strangely relieved. Oh, maybe he doesn't want to kill us. I like that in a man. The prince leaves the main showroom, and a handful of people follow her out. You're about to ask this Kadir what all that talk of traditions and councils was when the red-haired woman approaches the two of you. Sophie. Is that just the previous woman with a different body and hairstyle? Did they reuse the face, or am I imagining things? Sheriff, I was wondering if I could have a word with the fledgling. I don't know, is that a Sophie voice? What's a Sophie voice? She looks very, like, 1930s New York. What for? She lowers her voice in response. Come now, Kadir. We all know what the verdict is going to be. Let me speak to them. You might not have to stain your hands tonight after all. That's not it either. Maybe she's like a little deeper. I can't do all deep though. Her words grab his attention. His face is hard to read. It's like several emotions are struggling for domination. Anger, sadness, hope, gratitude, resolve. He's just gotta do it. I'll go get my sword. He steps out of the room the way you came, and you are left in the showroom with the woman in the red dress. She takes you aside, and the eyes of the remaining guests follow you. Well then, fledgling, you're in quite the pickle. What do you mean? What was that about a sword? It seems like you two have a history. Let's find out more about me. What do you mean? I still don't understand what my crime is here. Poor thing. This isn't really your fault, but if you want to get out of here in one piece, you need to understand one crucial fact that seems to have eluded your grasp. Last night, you became a vampire. Wait, what? Oh my God, that would like totally make sense with the fact that I'm like cold to the touch, I don't have a heartbeat, and I drink blood. Ah! Oh yes, I am well aware of how ridiculous that sounds. It's the reason why we have these nicer words for it. Kindred, being embraced, having a sire. The fact remains. The beings called vampires, you're looking at them. They're us. You glance around. Some of the guests are still occasionally looking at you, commenting on you in hushed tones. Many of the patrons are pale. Really pale. Most hold glasses of wine. No, not wine. That's not the right thickness. And not the right color either. I don't know. Some red wines get pretty dark. You're trying to come up with something sensible to say, but you're drawing a blank. It makes a morbid kind of sense. It makes a lot of sense. You drank blood last night. There's no denying it. And your breathing has not returned. Your heart remains still. A vampire. No shit. Two voices in your head start battling for supremacy. Oh, I guess we're Malkavianian then. One of them, Vampire the Masquerade joke, badoom. One of them slowly begins to put everything that happened since yesterday together, coming to a conclusion that no matter how insane it might seem, nothing but what she's saying makes sense. The other voice just keeps saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? On repeat. You're surprised. This is often how it plays out by design. Kadar deliberately keeping you in the dark and all. If we do nothing, you will be cut down as sure as day follows night. I'm here to offer you a chance. I'm here to give you the choice I never had. A way out. Under one condition. I will take you under my wing. I better pick a voice for her. I can sustain that. If you're lucky, the prince will be in a good mood tonight and your deference to Kadir will work in your favor. She might agree to this, but only if you swear fealty to me. I am not making this offer lightly. As your patron, I will take responsibility for you. Your actions will reflect on me. If they reflect negatively, well, I will make sure you face the consequences. Well, what happens if I agree? What happens if I refuse? I don't want to die. To be fair, we've already died. Oh, we're still being a good girl, but I kind of want to be a good girl for Kadar, or for Kadir instead. Suppose I say yes. What happens then? You survive, hopefully. Or not, depending on the prince's whim. I'm giving you a chance, not a guarantee. But if you take me as your patron, I will be your guide in this new reality. And if you will assist me, and you will assist me like a child would a sire. Steps and hushed voices can be heard from the side room. It seems the prince and her council are returning to the showroom. I wonder if I get a choice between the two. Kadir appears from downstairs as well and starts walking towards you. Hi, Daddy. When you hear the verdict, ask to be spared. I will intervene. Remember my condition. She has a condition. She flashes a heart-melting smile towards Kadir, who does not smile back. Can we save? Like, does this game save? I have a, oh God, it comes with a dictionary. Wow, it needs one. Why isn't Zeitgeist in there? Oh, let me get anything back. Okay, we're no save scumming, I guess. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved, oriental-looking metal scabbard fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. Oh, we're gonna get slain. It would look vaguely ridiculous if it didn't sound a little sexy, actually. If it wasn't surprisingly intimidating, first and foremost. Kadir takes his place next to you and observes as the prince takes center stage again. Oh no, her face is pretty different. It's similar shaped, but I forgot she was missing her eyebrows in like a kind of dope, like, I don't know, early 2000s goth kind of way. Loyal kindred of New York City Camarilla? I can't pronounce that word well. Gathered here tonight, I have made my decision regarding the fledgling. She briefly addresses you. Oh, hey. I want you to know that this was not an easy decision to make. For your part, you have not done anything to earn our ire. I do feel a genuine sorrow for what must be done. We are all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders and their traditions more than ever before. Oh, so you're like xenophobic vampires. That's cool. It's not cool, but I get you. But no. There is no place for tolerating dissent when our very existence is under constant threat. Is this the clan I chose? These guys are so uptight. Although I acknowledge some of my council's divergent opinions on this. Yeah, she's ready to lay the smack down, taking off the glove. She takes a look specifically at one of the people who left the room before. A rather plainly dressed, shy-looking man. Maybe he's one of the vampire accountants for all those vampire taxes. Whose skin has a somewhat healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold the final authority over this fledgling's fate, and I declare that while their embrace might be the sire's responsibility, in their absence it is their progeny that must be punished. The sentence is final death. To be resolved presently. Kadir, why even go through? Like, he could have just come in and killed me, like, off the bat. Like, obviously, some of this is, like, theater. Oh. I heard that. You hear a scraping sound and see that the sheriff has unsheathed his curved sword. Go on. It is a beautiful sight, a beautifully detailed blade, which you expect must be worth a small fortune. Its apparent sharpness makes you freeze up. Oh, don't slay me, Daddy. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Really? You are about to fucking kill me, and you're making, like, dude. His quiet mumble is audible to nobody but you. As his eyes meet yours, you note just a hint of sadness in his countenance, one that quickly vanishes to give way to grim determination. And he's out to bat. You will not get another chance to speak up. Oh, God. I guess we should probably ask for mercy. We're definitely not going to escape. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know if remaining silent is the way here. Maybe Kadir would stand up for us. I'm going to ask for mercy, I guess. You make your choice. I wonder if I would fucking die. Like, I wonder if I would just die. I don't want to die. Spare me. Please. Spare me. Prince, if I may ask you to stay the sheriff's hand for a while longer. Kadir looks at the prince, awaiting her response. The sword is still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley? Oh, like Oscar Langley? She does have red hair. Yes, if I may. At first, the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a while, measuring the mood in the room. The bored elites suddenly looked at you with aroused interest. Some of them dismayed at not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. Oh, like this has never happened before. The prince nods. Go on. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forward. All eyes are on her now. But Kadir's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of the distraction. Bitch, I'm not going anywhere. Like, well, why won't you be my patron? Be my patron. My prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letter of our laws. This fledgling is a burden. I can hear you. But with proper guidance, they could become an asset to our domain. Am I to understand you are volunteering to take this sireless child under your protection? Maybe she means like child A from like Genshin Impact. Yes, I happen to think they might hold a potential that would be unfortunate to waste. I do expect their full cooperation, of course. I hope my body can take it. Whispers can be heard again, an incredulous voice or two. A hushed, just behead the fucker. Some suppressed exclamations of surprise. Silence! I ask all of you to make a note at this moment. I might be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly in its stead. Until thy progeny shall... Man, these people love their dogma. Jeez. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. Are you certain that's a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley? I am willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect in a time of need, yes. But I would like to receive the right of destruction over them, if it pleases you. Remain silent. Give me a chance to prove myself, Prince. Wait, right of destruction. I'm going to continue to be good girl. It's clear tensions are high. It feels surreal to listen to strangers discussing your death, or second death apparently, and keeping silent. You decide it's for the best to let Sophie handle this alone and not interject. You have no idea how to handle this eyes wide shut crowd at the art hole. The prince looks at you as if weighing your worth. She takes another good measure of the room before she speaks again. I shall grant what you ask. Let it be known Sophie Langley of the Clan of the Rose will become this fledgling's patron. They shall be considered like sire and child. Miss Langley will take full responsibility for them, and I grant her the right of destruction if she sees fit to use it. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye to one of our most important traditions on this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to the Camarilla. Oh, there we go. Now I can... Substantially so. She better be a good one, bitch. I hope that you find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley. Of course, Prince. Thank you. Very well. She turns to you. What is your name, child? It's Nyx of the Void. Oh, Nyx, Prince. Shouldn't I use a nickname? Is my artist... Can I... So, my pen name on the forums is... Now let's address properly. Nyx, Prince. She nods. Nice name, brah. Oh my god, we got a dictionary entry. Welcome to the Camarilla, Nyx. Camarilla? Camarilla? Now, this evening proved to be even more eventful than I anticipated. But with the fledgling's fate decided, I believe our meeting here can conclude. Armadillo? Quesadilla? Almeria? Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who couldn't make it. Kadir, a moment of your time before I let you return to your duties. So we got picked up by a redheaded mommy, but not Kadir, who is the Uber driver that I kind of wanted to take, like, be under his wing. Of course, Prince. He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave much space for interpretation. You will be watched. Dope. You will be judged. And if need be, you will be punished. The two of them leave the gallery. Boo, still redhead, right? It is totally unclear to me if I could have gotten, like, Nathan, Kadir, or Daddy, but I would have had to have, like, chosen to, like, die? I don't know. Like, maybe then... I don't know. Well, Nyx, I think we've both already managed to significantly improve each other's evenings. But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to a new, fruitful partnership. She raises her hand at one of the well-dressed concierges who have now reappeared in the showroom to refill the guest glasses. The conventionally handsome man approaches with a carafe of red liquid. This route is really testing my high society language. He pours it into 2 tall glasses. Oh, blood again. That much is clear. You're in 2 minds about drinking it, but the memory of last night's hunger makes you wince. You take a tentative sip. You expected the same blandness you tasted a few hours ago, but this one you can actually savor. It's smoky and warm, making you think of a cozy cabin in the woods. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to when drinking human blood, but it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, guys. Blood. Do you like it? I think New York City caterers have very bourgeois ideas about what good blood should taste like. Apologies. You must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance. Yes, please. How much do I have to drink? Where do you get blood? Does the taste of blood matter? Does the vintage matter? Is more expensive blood typically better? Can we go hunting? How much do I have to drink? I feel this hunger constantly. How much do I have to drink to make it go away? Apparently all of it. Until the world is coated in blood. The sad reality is, it will never go away. No matter how much you drink, you will always be tempted to have more. Unless you consume someone so wholly to the last drop, paying for temporary relief with their life. But that is a one-way road to losing your humanity. Oh, dictionary updated. Best start by taking just a single sip from a vessel. I don't know, I already killed a bitch earlier. Be prudent. Hot, fresh blood will be more satiating than most anything they serve in a fancy glass, but it can make you more voracious. Man, the Toreador are so much like stuffier than like I ever would have played them. Jesus Lord. As to how much you should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink. But it's risky, and will wake the dragon. Will tempt the beast that is part of our curse. Curse? Oh my god, what are you talking about? We're all like attractive and dope, although we have really boring meetings. Could you imagine being fucking undead? You live forever. You're still worried about taxes for some reason. And then you have all these goddamn fucking rules. And then you're like, oh, we have to practice moderation. Let's have prudence. Tomorrow I shall take you hunting, and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you happy for now. Immortal bitches. Oh my god, right? Like, they just sit around and, like, gossip or something, drive around in their little Cadillac, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, mentioned a beast. About our... Yeah, so is it, like, incestuous if we, like, sleep together at that point? Like, is this, like, is that uncouth? Is this taboo? What do you mean by hunting? Yeah, let's talk about our relationship. Let's talk about us. The prince mentioned something about you and me being like sire and child. What does that mean? Like, is that like a thing? If you like, I'm not here to judge, but I need to know what I'm signing up for. Prince Panhard spared you on the condition that I take responsibility for you. Were you listening? We just went through a whole ceremony. Normally, a sire and child are close. One begets the other, after all. Our relationship might not be exactly that of a sire and child, but it will be treated as such by our laws. That we do not share blood does not matter. You must therefore defer to me in all things. Like, all things? I don't wish to use the right of destruction that the prince granted me. Yo, she keeps threatening us with that too. Like, damn, we've been nothing but a good girl. So I will appreciate it if you don't give me a reason to. I promised I'd guide you, and I meant it. Yes, mommy. Treat me as your mentor and superior, and I will treat you as my loyal retainer and understudy. Oh, she's into theater. With me, you can go far. Without me, you will be lost to the unfeeling night. Ah. And we can't have that. I think she's trying to, like, talk sweet on us now. Those of us unaccounted for can easily become a danger to the masquerade. That's a dictionary entry, guys. It means, like, hiding themselves from people. The masquerade is like the charade, you know. That's the main reason why. They said it. They said the title thing. And with your sire gone, the prince wanted you out of the picture, too. The concierge returns, asks for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile, and leans in to whisper in her ear. You note that the art hole is now almost empty. I'm being told that the gallery is just about to close. Do we not, like, own it or something? But we still have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. Your what? Your what is wait? Bitch, you had me into my jalopy. Is that a word? I don't know. Is waiting downstairs. Come. Did we like suddenly move into like Fantastic Beasts or something? What is that, a jackalope? The smile she puts on makes you remember last night's encounter in the showroom. A similar eagerness to spend time with this person just overtakes you momentarily, and you follow her outside. Your sixth sense tells you she's an artistic soul too, and you unwittingly start projecting good qualities onto her. I bet she likes puppies. Maybe she knows how to sew. She would never put a half-empty carton back, or an empty carton back. Why? What is with the creepy people staring at us through a freaking rearview mirror? Sophie leads you to a luxurious silver Rolls Royce, again name dropping here, and invites you to sit in the back, bringing you a carton of duck donuts while offering you some ibuprofen for your pain. Brought to you by Mountain Dew. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven, middle-aged dude, starts driving immediately. Dictionary updated. Where did we leave off? I believe I started telling you a bit more about our customs. You've heard the prince refer to our traditions. Why do I need a dictionary if you're just gonna tell? Jalopy is a crappy car, so I guess it's Oh, I have never heard that term. Is it a car or a term for a car? Like a lemon. Like a lemon is a car that doesn't run. The chief among them is the masquerade. Going full eyes wide shut, I guess. As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doings tend to be somewhat secretive. Rhymes with floppy. Joppy? Jollopy? That's awkward. We do not advertise our existence, but we do name drop brands on the reg. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and muddle the facts. So to the vast majority of kind, we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. Say, is that one television show about a vampire angel still popular? Get it, guys? Why you don't want to name drop the actual? Oh my god. You shake your head in confusion. Joss Whedon isn't cool anymore. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of 21st century humanity, and dictate much of our interactions with mortals. Oh, what's the risk as your driver of Vampire 2? Is there anything the movies get right? Let's go with that one. There has to be some stuff that the books or movies got right. Or is it all just vampire propaganda? There is a kernel of truth in every myth. Those concerning kindred, that means vampires, are no exception. There are mortals who sift through and manage to separate the facts, though it doesn't happen thanks to Hollywood. For one, sunlight burns us. That's why we rest during the day. You felt it. More like being dead than being dormant, isn't it? But we have no choice. We are night dwellers, but day sleepers. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, delicious. Running water, even religious symbols don't repel us, unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Stakes through the heart, though, that's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they do paralyze, which is a static effect that might send you into torpor, which under the right circumstances can often be the same thing. That's a reason to have somebody like my trusted driver, Gregory, making sure you're safe when you drift away. We have many enemies, and they often know their advantage lies with daylight. I don't think anyone's gonna be hunting me out in that shithole apartment, though, so I might be, if we're talking clandestine, that's pretty clandestine. So it's vampires versus humans, so it's good to keep human friends. Why do vampires should lift up other vampires? You mentioned enemies. I guess that makes it necessary to watch each other's backs. Can you count on other vampires for that? Oh yeah, I'm sure it's all just big kumbaya circles. She surprises you by letting out a soft chuckle before answering. No. Our little sect supplies local interactions aplenty, but it doesn't really encourage counting on someone. Support given in exchange for favors, yes. That's more like it. Long-term solidarity does occur in the Camarilla, but we are a very politicized organization by necessity. Loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. When you're in Elysium, I actually don't know what that means. Like we were tonight, the sect can appear to be the monolith. The reality is more complex. Outside of official gatherings, shady deals and a quid pro quo mentality reigns supreme. Oh, let's look up what is Elysium. What's Elysium? Oh god, yeah, there's gonna be a lot on Red, buddy. Don't you worry about that. A place where vampires may gather without fear of harm. Court functions in Elysium are strictly kept apart from mortals and surrounded by secrecy. Oh my god, imagine being like a vampire butler then. Because it was strictly kept apart from mortals, but we were being served wine. So again, our initial fears confirmed. But the Elysium building itself could be a public museum, a gallery, or a club. Berghain is an anarch Elysium. The Louvre is a Camarilla Elysium. Okay. Please, what's the camera? I forget what the Camarilla is. For some reason I thought that was like an overwall, but like that's a clan too, isn't it? I don't know. Whatever. There'll be a quiz later. She seems to be lost in thought and falls silent for a while. Wrong voice. Leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. There'll be a quiz later. It still feels absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Many questions swarm your thoughts, but the one you keep returning to is what your place in this new reality should be. All right, and with that, it has been about 2 hours. I think I got a little late start in all my wonderful migraine-ness. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much to everybody who stops in or chats or just spends even a few minutes hanging out here. Thanks so much. See you next time. Mwah.